Hi guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so sorry I'm late, you guys. Mommy's life never ends, but I'm here and I'm here. You guys, my hair is a hot mess. I need to do my hair for Christmas. You're there with me. Okay. What's up? How's life treating y'all? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. How you doing? Welcome to Let's Talk with Miss B. My name is Felicia. I am your host. I'm excited to be here. It is almost Christmas, you guys. Are you ready for Christmas? I know I am. So we got into the holiday spirit today in this house. We've been packing, rearranging things around for it to look, Christmassy for the kids. And we finally got around to start putting gifts in, wrapping. My husband usually do that, so he had a busy day today. He wrapped all the presents, well, almost all of them. I was really excited when I got home this morning at 5 a.m. from work, and I saw at the door. I finally got the kids' gift came in, and it was so much fun because actually, um, it says that it won't be here until the 27th, which is when we're heading out of town. And I was so I was so mad. I was like, oh no, they're not gonna have gift to actually open. But this year's, you know, it's really actually at the store. Me and this lady was actually discussing this in the line. Usually Thanksgiving is on like the 22nd, the last Thursday is like you still have like that 2 weeks before you can really get into December. But I feel like it came so early and like you have no choice but to place your order December 2nd because when it comes to those things, I really procrastinate when it comes to purchasing. But anyway, long story short, I hope you and your family are having a wonderful holiday season. And I hope you guys are having fun. The next next weekend, the show, I'm actually gonna be having it at a hotel. I won't be in town, so my family and I are taking a little trip before the year ends so we can kind of like rewind. It's been such a busy year, so we will be out of town. So you're not gonna see me with all this background next week. Next weekend, by the grace of God, when we're not here, we're gonna be out of town. So when you come on here, don't be like, oh, they just changed the background. I actually wanted a Christmas. I ordered a Christmas background, and you guys, it's still not here. I don't know what's going on with the post office or FedEx, but it's still not here. I ordered that thing like a month and a half ago, and it's still not here. But anyways, we're gonna keep our regular background and still keep enjoying it. So welcome. We want to welcome all of our new friends. We are actually so close to 5,000 follow. Please, I know to some people that's nothing, but that is something. Just being running this, podcast, staying genuine, staying who I am, being identifying with myself and not jumping into any other stuff just to get clouds. I'm super proud that we're almost at 5,000 because we started around, when I first started, I think I was around 1,002, and now we're almost at 5,000. So we want to welcome all of our new followers and say welcome. This is a safe place. This is what we talk about anything and all things positive. We talk about anything that is that you're going through, things that people don't really want to talk about, but we want it to be kind of like de-stress for you when you come here, so we can all share our opinions and learn from each other. So I just want to say welcome, and I hope this holiday season you're having all the fun, you're eating all the bad food because you guys, I put myself on a diet and I literally broke that because all week at work I've been getting like chocolates and chocolates. These little kid bags. Because one's like, "Ah," you know. But anyways, I'm grateful for it. But I told myself I won't eat chocolate, and then now I'm sitting here eating all the candy in the world, and now I'm trying to come up with a game plan. How am I gonna lose this freaking 10 pounds I just added from Thanksgiving? You know. But then again, I lose way faster. So here we are. Thanks for listening to my little rant. But let's go ahead and get this show started. Today's topic is very, very sensitive, a little bit. Um, it's a little sensitive. I don't think I've posted a link. Let me go ahead and post it. Ay, ay, ay. I, I, let's see. Why is it not showing? Okay. Okay. So you're gonna see me answer here twice. I got a little one. Put myself to. You guys, I got to take a call from my job. Just 1 minute. You guys, oh, sorry, business lady. Hang on. Right, yeah. So we gotta turn this down. It's, it'll be right in front of me so I can see it. But let me go ahead and copy the link. We're gonna have to check Facebook, make sure we're live on all pages and platforms. You guys, I am so upset. So I checked my StreamYard. I don't know how long they've been doing this, but for some reason they went and changed the plan that I signed up for. And yeah, I'm not happy because I'm just thinking like you guys did this on purpose. Like you guys messed with the plan that I signed up for on purpose. I'm taking it on purpose. Uh, You're welcome. Linking the link in the comment section for the topic of for the night so we can get started. Have the link in. I think I forgot to send him the group. Let me just send, even though those people don't even come on here anymore. Does it really matter? Let's go. Yeah. Professor Spry, I see you watching. What's up? Welcome. Let me put my banner up first before I go see what those people. I don't have to mute myself so I can do this. Yeah. You're gonna see me twice, okay? Don't freak out. Just gonna edit it better. Hey, MSS Bro, how are you? Welcome to the show. Sorry, man. I see right now that dog killer trying to put a banner on. Live come on in. LIB time. LIB time. We inside. Oh, God. We in the LIB time. Oh Lord, welcome, welcome, you guys. How was your week? Oh my goodness, Riverside Fruit. I meant to reach out to you. I saw something on the news. You guys, I barely watch the news anymore. I'm ashamed to say that, but I catches glimpses here and there only because of the weather now. But I have this thing on my phone that like alert me for anything major that happened in the country. So, but I was watching the news. There was a shooting, I think in your state. I was I meant to reach out to you, then something happened. Then I didn't reach back out to you. I hope you and your family are doing okay and you guys are well. Uh, yeah, that was really bad. If I'm not mistaken, it says five. It was at a high school. There was a shooting. I hope none of your kids or anybody that's tied to you is in that school and went through any of that. And we're praying for those family that went through that last weekend. I think it was last week, early the week, not last week, actually this week, early in the week. I saw something like that. It really, I know Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken, that's where you live. So, but yeah, LIB time, that LIB time we're on here again. But anyways, we made it. Ali and cancel. Yeah, but yeah, all joke aside, praying for you and your family and hope all is well with you guys and those family that were affected. Just, it's really heartbreaking, you know. Having kids now, I'm very antsy about a lot of things. Um, okay. Yeah, it happened in Madison. Milwaukee. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys are okay, and I hope those families are doing well because that's really scary. I remember when I was in high school, there was a kid that came in with a BB gun. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a gun, anyways. And he put our teacher. It so happened, you guys. I used to like being in the library. That one skipped me, and I'm glad it skipped me. But it was really traumatizing for a lot of people in the classroom, and I was in that class, but I happened to leave to go to the restroom, and then I stopped at the library to pick something up, and then next thing I know, in like 20 minutes, they were like, "You can't go anywhere. Nobody can go anywhere. There's somebody in the building with gun and things like that." Especially around this time, you need to be really, really careful because there's a whole lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are not very, you know, they don't care. Sometimes when I'm driving, I'm like, wow, it looks like people have lives in the freezer waiting for them because they just don't care. They just drive reckless or just do anything. You can set anybody off at any time, any day of the night, any hour, any minute. So, when things happen, I just feel like, what, just go, just go, 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 please go. Yeah. I don't want no part of it. I don't want to be part of any of that. All right, so let's get started. Today we're talking about self-identity. This topic is a little bit. This topic is I feel like it's sensitive and it's a little out there, but we're gonna jump into it. I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago we talked about gay, the LGBTQ plus whatever acronym they use community. We talk about that, and this is kind of like tied to it. So this week, every week when I'm going to work, I listen to some type of podcast, and some of these topics are kind of coming from there with that. So this week, I happened to watch a British news, and between there was an exchange between the journalist and uh, self-proclaimed male, female. You guys, I'm gonna call it that way. I don't mean to disrespect anybody. If that's what you identify with, kudos to you. But self-proclaimed female, who biologically is a man. Um, the journalist was very vocal, and he asked this question. He said, "Since everybody claims sexuality is fluid, is identity fluid, you know?" And you guys, I've never really sat to think about that. I've just what he said, identity is a fluid. I said, "Fluid? Is that a word that we're gonna be using with everything that we're always changing and going around? So that's fluid? Like, is that what we're gonna use?" So the journalist was like, you guys, actually, at my hospital, without giving a name of where I work, we actually do gender reassignment surgeries. And um, there was one that my husband did on, I think it was on Wednesday. And you guys, paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get these things done. And that surgery is hours. I'm not saying an hour, hours, hours, and to get that OR ready is not fun, to do that. But anyways, um, so River Sesper already jumped into it. He said, "You guys, my equipment's a little bit far from me, so I have to kind of like go like this." It said, "Does I think I have to make this big a little bit. Can this stretch out now?" He said, "Okay." So he said, "Does a person need gender reconstruction surgery to be considered transplant?" And I heard you have been approved by a doctor for gender change. Any knowledge? From what I know, just from our hospital and things I've seen, without really saying too much, you go through a whole process, and the doctor has to put you on certain hormones and things based on what it is you're looking to do. And I think there's now a lot of psychological screening that they do to make sure that this is what you want, and they go through all the process of telling you like what the side effects and all of that. Um, I don't think I know what the rhetoric that was in the media for a long time was that anybody can just wake up and just go do it at any age because that's how they feel. And I think it was happening, but there have been some limit to it. But yeah, so it's kind of like when you're trying to get a tubal. The reason I'm saying this because I myself went through it. I don't mind sharing that. You go through a process of screening where a doctor is going to ask you questions. They're going to check your mental state. They want to make sure you guys are okay, or you are okay mentally, physically, emotionally, and also like you're knowledgeable about what you're about to do. I think they go through that and you sign a lot of consent form. Then you start getting treated with hormones to get your body ready to accept whatever it is. It's kind of like preparing to have bake a baby. Your doctor tell you start taking this B complex, start taking these vitamins, start doing this, start doing that. So yeah,
Let me go.
yeah, you're on
Let,
early.
yeah, let me go and hang out with you a little bit until I
Come
get.
hang out, man. Come hang out.
All our people just ran away from us. I don't know.
Don't mind it. They can be in the group chat playing for. I get time for that these days. I got me close that group chat.
Yeah,
Welcome, welcome. There's a lot of here and I'm for fun today.
yeah,
Um, I was watching some exchange between a British I don't know if you guys I kind of screenshot it, but I really like him and he's very vocal and straight out there and saying if people say we know like self identity is kind of limitless, right? What if I woke up and said today I'm black and I'm white? Like is that is that not something that's gonna be accepted? Are they gonna tell me no, you're African American? Or because if somebody can wake up and say I was born in the wrong skin, that I feel like a man, what difference does it if I feel like I was born in the wrong country, that I'm actually a Caucasian woman? Would I be considered psycho?
well, I think it's you gotta look at it from two point of view. You gotta look at it from the
Uh-huh.
societal point of view and the legally. I think legally, um, I don't know how you prove that because I know I seen this one video. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook, and the one black guy, skin fitting dark more than mine, looking like one quota. He said, "Well, I'm white," and oh my God, fee go and see the backlash on our page because
Right, and I'm mad about that. Sorry, I don't mean to call you out. If
you
he
go you
feels like he's white, why are people mad about that? Why somebody will wake up and say I am a woman and start going through the process and the government accept that, but can't accept the fact that no, I'm a white man, but I'm black.
yeah, that's I think there are a lot of now you have to understand there are a lot of undertone. There are a lot of racial implication. There are a lot of see it has to do with a lot, right? So a lot of the comments that I was reading under there, a lot of them had to do with slavery. So the way African American, maybe in Africa, we will look at you like you crazy, but I don't think we will make a big deal out of it. We might just think something wrong with you. But in the United States, based on their history with slavery, if a black man come up and say he white, I mean, it kind of demoralizes them to the point that they will feel like everything they went through with the white people as far as slavery is concerned. Now you got a Negro here trying to now you got a Negro here with everything we went on the plantation, and feel a lot of them were not allowed. You know how our people do it, even though they were not. Slavery was decades before they were born. You know how they insert themselves into it, especially the younger generation. Because I had the same situation at work where every time I open my mouth and talk about why black people can swim, somebody would jump up because of slavery. Why African American do it because of slavery, and then yeah, seriously, I almost got in trouble. So I just shut up. So I mean to your question, I think it's more of socially African American they front at it. I think mainly because of slavery. On the other hand, with the gender transformation, and by the way, the reason I asked that question because you know, our gossip, or these are our gossip station that we go on once in a while, right? So
Yeah.
so I heard from Charisma. Yeah, so that
I watched
Charisma.
that episode.
Yeah, that was my first time. Yeah, seriously, I didn't know she had a paper in your well, he or
Look
she
at
had a
you, why
paper.
you calling it
Yeah.
the coming up on here.
And I don't know how to say he or she was reading it. She said, "Oh, he said, oh, Robert Bangura, come and see this. I
Uh-huh.
qualified to be a female," and she was reading the paper. Yeah, that's when I found out that they had doctor that's supposed to approve you. I didn't know that. I thought people could just, I mean, you could just pop up and just know how to get those applications and then you know gender. I thought you can just put male or female if you want to, but then I found out.
No,
Yeah, I didn't know that. So that was my
no, it's a whole process.
oh yeah. See, I didn't know that, but yeah, but so I think with the gender transformation, the reason black people don't see it as a big deal because I don't like I said, it doesn't affect them mentally. You know, it have no slavery connotation to it. So when a black when a black man want to change their gender, they look at it well whatever but when it comes to a black man changing his race, then they see it as a problem. And when a white man, remember this one lady called Rachel Dolezal, the the white girl who kind of made herself black, and she said she was getting food stamps, she was in the welfare system, and she got caught I think 2 years ago. She was
Yeah.
actually white, but she said she identified as black, and oh, the black people went after her.
Ooh,
You
excuse
don't
me.
you don't know how it feels to be black. You don't you are making mockery. So I think this thing is just I think black people think more, they go more they are more they get angry because of the racial tone to it. That's just what's up, buddy?
Hey, welcome to the show, Jimmy. Um, yeah, River says pro. That
Oh,
that's why I wanted us to talk about that. I get that. So what if a white person want to identify, like the example you just give, right? What
mm-hmm,
if a white person wanted to identify with a black person? Because we know that, when I was watching this podcast, this
mm-hmm.
person made a statement. This is a man that identified, that proclaimed he's a woman, right?
Yeah.
Um, so what if I woke up today and I say no? So does this just limit to gender? Or like, what if I want to feel like, what if I truly feels like I am a white woman sitting here but was born in a black skin? So wouldn't that be something that they should consider as well, if we're going to consider everything else? And why is the black community getting mad? They should not get mad, because they're the one who also is supporting this and want us to accept people for who they feel they are. And whatever it is, it's not about who you are, is the person that's standing in front of you. That's what we have to respect. If I'm saying no, I'm standing in front of you, I might look physically black, but I'm not black. The way I act, the way I do things, because of that, I feel genuinely I was born to be a white woman.
Yeah, but before I know Jimmy
Mhm.
why if they're going by science? Why if this it's scientifically proven because from what I heard in schools now, they're going to be teaching our children gender transformation. So when they look certain way, they try to tell them, oh, especially the public school. That's what I'm hearing. So we have to just pray. We have to we have to fast and pray. They will look at a child, if you're a boy, and say, oh, you can turn to a girl. Look at your hair. Look at your nails. And
Oh, a lot of people would be sued for that,
yeah.
because you cannot do that scientifically. You can't prove to tell somebody that they are supposed to be a man or woman. We only know genetically how your makeup are, unless that person truly come to you and say, I feel this way, and they do mental screening and things like that to figure out why are you this, and then they do chemical whatever they want to do. But God is God. You can't go against whatever he created, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and the right thing. So that's the point because scientifically, they have had transformation fee. They have transformed women or men to woman. They have had
Yeah.
these genital thing. So now they will say, fee, you know what? You can't be white because there's no scientific evidence. There's no way you can prove it. But
But
we can
but
prove
they
that.
can't prove why the man would think he want to be a woman. How they proving that? Someone is coming. So how they usually do it, like in my hospital, I'm not gonna give too much. Like
Mhm,
last week, I know in a OR they did there was a reconstruction, right? Where they have to stuff in the face and get the body to a certain way for that, and then they're gonna shift the Adam apple. and you it's just a whole process that go through that. Before you get there, they go through like all these series of screening, right? Like what I was saying earlier, I remember when I was going through my screening of trying to do a tubal, right? So my mental state when I was pregnant with my daughter, they're thinking, well, the mindset you're in right now, maybe because your pregnancy is giving you a hard time. That's why at the end of this baby, you want to do a tubal, right? Whatever happened, if you end up into surgery, we will do that. So they create these circumstances that possibly what could happen, and you go through a series of screening where they ask you, and then with that type of surgery, because it's minor, like mine is like they want to ask your partner because it's a lifelong thing. They look at your age, where are you at, and then also they put you on certain type of treatment. They're not doing scientific things. They're just going through a series of screening with you, asking questions and putting you through counseling to make sure your mental state, where
Okay.
you're at that moment. Like, is this something you really want? Because you're not going to come back and change your mind, kind of like a tubal. If you do it today, it's not something you're going to come back and revert like in 2 seconds. It can't be like if I wanted to conceive, I will have to do what is it called, um what is it called, IV, like they have to do implantation. So I won't be able to physically conceive a child like the way I did with my two children. So they have to go through all that process to tell you what the side effects are, their regrets, this is this percentage and all of that. Like they go through the series before you actually get to that point to start doing that. And then they tell you, okay, your body is ready for that because you're going through those hormonal uh, uh, um, like those hormonal treatment to get your body to the place where when they do that assignment, it will actually work. But you're gonna be on medication always. Yeah, Leroy, welcome to the show. How are you? Um, yeah, so like I'm kind of upset with this because they want to tell you that a man can say I want to be a woman and a woman can say I want to be a man, but when it comes to race, where do we stand on that? Because I know in the future it's going to become popular, people are going to say that, and they're saying no, that's kind of different, you can change your origin. Because when you go back and really look at history, this week I really dive a little bit deep into a lot of things. I was reading up on like the changes with the whole global setting, and it's like, how did we get here? Was the Western world really built for like how it is right now, like for it to be diverse and things like this? It was not intended for that. There's a whole lot of things going on. So then what if I can choose to be something else and you're telling me no? Why not? All
Yeah,
right.
let
Yeah, I guess we can give Jimmy a chance.
yeah.
Jimmy, how are you? Welcome to the show. Leroy said,
Uh,
"Welcome to the new idea of
Thank you, Fee, and thank you, Riverside Pro. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
you're welcome. Welcome to the show."
Thank you.
hmm So the topic of tonight, we're talking about self identity. What's your thought on that?
Okay, so I see that we are dealing with two different issues here tonight.
Yeah.
Self identification as transgender and racial identification.
Yep.
So first of all, let me speak to the first one. Transgender is one of the strategies of the Antichrist.
When I put in, you call it antichrist.
You know, it's one of the strategies of the Antichrist to win more souls over to the devil. I don't care who is going to watch this video. My opinion is my opinion. I'm entitled to it just as you are entitled to your right. So my opinion does not in any way represent the opinion of this show.
Mhm.
Let me make that disclaimer. Okay. So if you have issue, you take it out with me. Not with it. Talk with Miss Fee. Fee, am I right?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you very much. You know, we were in high school, we learned about the theory of evolution. And we have two theories actually. One theory, the first theory is the theory of the Bible, that God made man in his own image and after his likeness. And we Christians believe in that. The other theory is the theory of evolution, put forth by Charles Darwin, that human being came from apes. Okay. But if we look at the way the world is going now, especially with the two theories, it is like the theory of evolution is is re is remaking itself, because if that theory teaches that we came from apes, baboon, and baboon still maintain their gender identity, dogs maintain their gender identity, pigs, monkeys, they all still maintain their gender identity. But this man that came from ape, according to the Darwin theory, can sit down and say, no, I think I've been a man too long, or I've been a woman too long. I want to be a man now, or I want to be a woman now. But the baboon that we supposedly came from, the baboon is still going on to be a male or female baboon. But uh, before our naked eye, see, all of the baboon that have been in the zoo, none of them, not one of them has ever transformed to human being like you and myself. So where is the proving of the so-called Darwin theory? But a human being that supposedly came from baboon can sit down and say, no, today I decided to be a man. God forbid. So I just wanted to, bring that in a little bit. But the issue of people sitting down and making decisions to change themselves from the way God made them is absolute insanity, ungodly, and it does not represent the image of God. It does not represent the image and likeness of God. So that makes it antichrist, in my opinion. If we are looking for people to have the 666 marks on before we identify them to be antichrist, then let me tell you, the devil have re-strategized and come to promote homosexuality. And now they have added transgenderism. Sorry for I call it my word if it doesn't make sense. But all these are intended to, it's a strategy of the world. And when I say the world, I'm not talking about the world we live in. I'm talking about the devil, the secularism is taking over Christianity. and they make people to think that it is normal for you to sit down and decide that you want to be a man, or you want to be a woman, other than what your, the original identity that that you were born with. So what message are you sending to God? Are you trying to say that God was foolish to make you who, how to call it, he made you first? That is antichrist to me. It make no sense. It
So
make no sense.
so Jimmy, why if those people say, well well the Bible, I mean, God made us and gave us freedom to choose between what is good and, I mean, what is good. So God let you choose. He gave you choices. So
Let me
why
just
say,
baby
well,
rub that.
why if they say God gave us choice or choices? Why? I mean, we can do what we want. I mean, we can be what we want to be. I mean, why we?
Okay. You talk about God giving us choice.
Mm.
First of all, let me ask you, what was the choice? What is the choice that God gave you?
God gave you the choice to be able to discern between what is good and what is evil, and what is I mean, so many choices He gave us, and I mean,
No,
for
God
you.
did not give us so many chances. There's
He
a
gave us
particular choice.
guidelines, though.
There's a particular choice that God gave us in that Bible. So if you are talking about God giving you choice, that choice was given in context and in setting. It was not in general. So speak exactly the choice that you're talking about.
Well, the Bible said in the book of Genesis that, I mean, I can't do the specifics, but
Yeah.
it said God give us I mean, to choose between good and evil. So 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 the thing is, because the topic here, the topic, I understand.
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying about the I mean, the biblical implication, right? That God made.
Okay.
Okay, but okay, so I want to go into the legal aspect, the more of the legal and the social aspect, right? So
Mhm.
the legal aspect is there is actually a legal aspect, legality. When legality kicks in, a man can transform himself to woman, and he can go through the process. He can go through the surgical process, and he will be legally deemed a woman. And on his birth certificate or whatever document he has, he will put female, and it is
Mhm.
Right.
legally accepted by the United States government. I don't know
Mhm.
Yeah.
what African country. It's legally accepted. There's nothing you can do about it. And if you start to hit on that person, they will throw homophobic slur on you, or you might even be sued for some gender, mischaracterization. So legally, let's establish it that it is legal for a woman to transform I mean, herself, and a man to transform himself. Now let's look at the social aspect. The social aspect for me
I
is,
was still I was still speaking. I thought you were asking a question for me to
okay, go
answer.
ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so let me speak to the choice that you're talking about. The
Mhm,
choice was the choice you're talking about was made in the Garden of Eden when God told Adam to that he could eat from all of the trees,
mhm,
but from this tree he should not eat.
mhm.
Maybe I don't know if that's where your rep.
No, no,
That
no, 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 not
okay,
just the Garden of Eden. If you read the Bible, you get the scripture that say uh God give you the ability to
okay.
choose between good and evil.
In
So,
our sin Genesis, God said, "I said before you today,
mhm,
life and death.
mhm. Choose you, who you accept.
But I say to you, choose life."
Mhm.
So it was not a choice over there.
Yeah, but
You see, it was I record it was not a choice over there. He said, I record it, if he, put food on the table for her kids, he said,
And
okay,
Libra, welcome.
but
Okay.
but but but, but yeah, but Jimmy,
Here.
1 second. Jimmy, 1 second.
Oh man.
Also Joshua said,
Hmm.
choose you who you will serve this day.
But
As
that
for
was
me and my
Joshua. It was not God.
yeah,
It
but I'm
was not
just
God.
all right.
I call it that was Joshua, and he was asking them whether they want to serve
God.
Jehovah, or they want to keep or serving the gods of the mountains, the gods of of the Amorites, the gods of the river.
Okay.
And you see, so you were asking them to choose between two gods. So it was specific. There's nothing as they say you must choose to be man or woman. And here, we are talking about a man changing himself to woman, a woman changing herself to man. So we have to be very specific. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
When God made creation, he made them both male and female.
Mm-hmm.
He made animals, and each of those animals have their partner. Only man never had a partner. Why didn't God make another man or to be in the garden with? I call it with Adam. But God said it is not good for a man to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Let us making a partner suitable for
Yeah,
him.
true.
You see, so
So
we
basically,
going.
you're saying God is the one who knew what was suitable for us.
You say
No, I'm saying so. Basically, with that, with you saying that, that's just saying that God, He Himself knows what's suitable for us. We do not know.
yes,
He was the one making the ultimate decision.
yes. He knew what was good for us when it comes to having a partner. When it comes to relationship, He knows what is good for us. You see, so we going or anybody going against the plan of God, you know, that's antichrist. That's satanism.
Mm.
According to my opinion.
Okay.
But you know, we live in a world where I call it the secular is fighting the spiritual, or it's fighting. I know the secular is fighting Christianity, and Christianity is fighting the secular. So people are strategizing ways to get people away from God.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so those are all plans of the devil. Those are all plans for the devil, and we have the agents of devil in government in high places.
Oh yeah, true.
So they are making these policies. They are making these policies not because they love the world, not because they love the people that they are, or I call it that they serve, but they are there to serve the purpose of the devil, and that's what they are implementing. You see, and that is why Christians need to start vying for some of these offices. You see, that's why Christians need to get in politics, and take some of the position, you know. But anyway,
Hold on, hold on. Let's hear from Leroy real quick.
I call it, hold on. Let me go to the racial side.
Oh,
Let's hear from Leroy real quick. Just give me a
Okay,
minute.
Leroy, go ahead. Go
Leroy,
ahead, and then
welcome to the show.
I will come back with the racial, or side, because I only spoke on the transgender side.
I understand. Leroy, Leroy, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, where is Anna?
You're welcome.
Hey, hey, Laura Ding. Anyways,
Where
yeah,
is Leroy?
all these points y'all were making here, those are all valid points. And the men say all these things they're demonic and
Is Leroy there?
Yeah,
yeah,
you can hear him. I can hear
he-
him.
No, I can't hear him. Are you hearing him? Riverside Pro?
Riverside Pro is mute.
yes, I'm hearing Leroy.
I can hear all of you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
But man, I feel you need to anytime you go by the library, you gotta get let people say so. Seriously, I'm happy you get it from. So anyway, what I do notice, and I've been noticing this for a long time, Most of these big positions, I'm talking corporate, heavy decision making positions, I feel like they don't just put anybody there. It has nothing to do with uh, qualification. I
Right.
feel like these people, they usually put people that are in these big societies in these positions. Now, some people might call this conspiracy theory, but to own is a belief. Hey, listen, y'all hold on here. You're gonna mute that right now. I'm on the phone. I don't care if it works or not. And do
Now my
not
children there.
look at her trying to block my thing. You don't know my password. What are you doing?
That's what they do to me.
You're talking about it's not gonna work once you mute it.
Mute yourself for a moment, Rivers, viewer.
All right, sorry about that. Anyways, so the thing, like I said, is these positions that they will put their people in only because they want to be able to make come up with new things for everybody to follow. Like right now, you and I we go over there with master's degree, PhD degree. Yeah, your resume look good. But if somebody from one of those societies pop up less qualified than you, they will give it to them. And that's why sometimes you see when a person cause problem and they're in court, they're in trouble, some kind of way they can get off of these cases if they're part of those societies. And these things are real. If the people that make this decision to say, hey, we want a same-sex marriage or couple in the world, if they come up together, this is not something that came up overnight. These people started this thing like I'm talking years and years and years ago. And I remember at one point in time, America was the superpower of the world.
Yeah.
I think there where we went wrong. Because these people are the one who've been steering the wheel for a long time. And this is what they wanted. And I feel like all of this is also part of the new world order. It didn't just creep up on us. When it first started, people was like, "Oh, he's entitled to what he wants to be. Leave him." That's not your life. That's his life. Other people will come out of the closet and be like, "I'm going to tell my truth," and then we're going to be like, "Oh, you can say nothing." But now these same people that used to say let the boy live the way he want to live. They're the same people that will start tripping if that same boy goes in a girl bathroom. You
Right.
know, they'll be like, "No, you're not girl. You're not. Oh, now you're not girl. Now you say he's not girl, but before you said he was."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other day, I went just last week. I went to the doctor office, and the man was going through the questionnaire with me, and he was asking me, I guess one of the questions was if I was pregnant. So when he got to that question, he started laughing. So I must say I laughed because we both knew, naturally what the answer was. Now let's flip that. If they ask me another questions like, what sex do you identify as? He will not laugh. He will ask me with a straight face. So it does not make sense that you expect me to give you an option like, oh,
Right.
okay, I describe or identify as a girl, but then you will laugh and don't take me serious if I say, oh, I'm pregnant. You know,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't make
Right. That sounds so delusional, right?
exactly, exactly.
It's
So
like, hey, I'm pregnant. It's like, how can you be pregnant?
how can you be
So
pregnant?
who? You know, I hate to say this. Who do we call the dumb one there? Who's the dumber?
Exactly. But I tell you, say, I'm a girl. I can tell you I'm a girl, but I can tell you I'm pregnant. We're looking at signs. Signs don't lie. You know. Um, I was having a conversation with a coworker the other time, and they started this thing nonsense about, oh, you cannot the boy can't wear with earring or in your ear in your nose, and he be so extra. The way you're the junior kid thought I would have bugging talk. Oh yeah, the bugging talk with hands and everything. I be like,
You can
I,
talk with hands and lips, right?
yeah, that phone. I said I'm a married. I want to talk like this. What the hell? What is going on? Some people like, oh, don't shame him. That's what he want to be. Blah blah blah. So I said, oh yeah, yeah, you're working here to the hospital. Let me give you one example. If the boy coming to the ER one day talking about his back is killing him, he's having cramp because he's on his yo
Go
things.
ahead, period.
Yo would rather things here is to be like, oh hell no, because you have no period. I said, what you mean you have no period? Hey, I say you woman, I get he can bleed like yo. And say, oh, I know what you're talking about, but I said, I don't know shit. Tell me y'all would take this boy serious. So the whole thing here is a joke. It's a whole state of delusional, and that's what I said. And we cannot, you know, take it serious. You want to jump on the bandwagon and be like, hey, I am what I call myself. It is not up to you to decide what pronoun to be addressed at when you are not in the room. It's simple. It's period.
Right.
Yeah, that's just all my contribution to this. I'm gonna be following, and if I have anything to add, I will. But great topic though.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming in.
Mhm.
You want to go ahead and end your statement? I really want to kind of
Yeah.
like look at what they're saying, like what researchers are saying, what the public is saying. Why can't I identify with why like I really think it's bizarre, but we'll jump into it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So let me speak to, um, to the issue of race identity,
Welcome, Labyrinth Eminent. How are you?
or, how do you call it, racial identity. You see, race, race is not physical. Race is internal. There is just one race, and that is the human race. But it is us human who have this black and white. There is nothing like white race. There's nothing like black race. There's just one race, human race. But when we want to play dirty politics, the politics of of discrimination, you know, discriminating against another human being, then we play the race card. But here is it: the inner race is that a white man can have a white man can have, you know, our quote unquote white man unquote can have a trait, or
Welcome,
the trait,
Bombas.
or the trait, he can have the trait of a black man. That means his lifestyle, everything can be of that of a black man. That is inner.
Hmm.
A black man can have, a trait of a white man. You know,
But
can
the issue here is right. Why can't I say today? Even though physically I look like a black woman, but I want to be identified as a Caucasian woman because that's how I feel. Because this is where the gender starts from, right? This is where people come back and identify with their gender and say, hey, this is who I am. This is how I truly feel. Wouldn't that be a mental thing too? Wouldn't I
Uh,
be able
uh,
to come out and say, hey, I'm Felicia. I was born in Liberia. I came to the US at this age. I live here. No, no, I don't feel like I'm from Liberia. I was never ever supposed to be there. I truly believe within myself that I'm a Caucasian woman. I'm from whatever country or whatever state in the United States. Why can't I do that?
if you
Actually,
do that, if you do that, you are you are creating confusion in your own mind, and and making people to look at you, like what I call it, what is she doing? Let's look at the case of
And
Michael.
that's why I want us to talk about this, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be the
So,
same if you physically looked at me? I do look like a woman. I carry biologically everything that identify with a woman. I can give birth to a child. I can, whatever a woman can do, I go through my menses, everything. And I come to you and I tell you, no, I truly do feel like a man.
but that is identity confusion. I call it, you're confusing yourself.
Right,
So
but
let's
the
look at the
government
case.
and society is telling you no, it's not. So what is the difference? Where is that thin line between I'm a Caucasian woman and I'm a man? What
Yeah,
is the big difference between that? Why is that not being accepted?
fee, and that is the hypocrisy. That is the hypocrisy that come with it. Why will you accept that? This man who changed himself out of quality to be a woman, and you accept him that he's not a woman, but you can't accept a man who says I call it he was black, but now he's white. So let's look at the case of Michael Jackson.
Oh my God, you took it from my mouth.
You know, Michael Jackson, no matter how he changed himself, changed his complexion,
He
he,
self-identifies as a white man.
he self-identified as a white man, but the genetic trait never changed.
So are you saying the genetic trait of a woman will change when they transform to a man?
The trait doesn't change. Unless
So
you're going
that's
to
the
take,
same thing.
unless you're going to rinse yourself, take all the blood out of you, hang yourself up, dry, and then.
and
But
there is no way
the,
around that.
the thing is this: there's no black blood and white blood. It's just red blood.
If
Everybody
you
has
go
red.
back, if you go back to AMP, anatomy and physiology of
Mm-hmm.
the very building blocks of life, the
The
nucleus
cell.
is where, in my idea and understanding, is actually where life really starts from. The
Yeah,
DNA code, my man, you were born, and the genetic will always trace back to you being a male or a female, wherever you have from the origin. And
yeah,
even if they want to test anything, they're going right there, and it will tell them who you really are, whether you bleach yourself or you cause certain organ out,
yeah.
and replace that on the DNA code will always trace back
Back
to being a male.
to
So
your
why
original.
you
So,
yeah,
there is this program. Or it's called Ancestors. But I think, and um, I used to, I used to watch it on CNN. It's always,
ancestry
it's
DNA.
Ancestor, yeah, it traces your background, like where you
very
from
good.
genetically.
You know, so what do you think they look into and follow and see your origin? It is your genetic trait.
Yep, the same DNA code right there.
The same DNA code, I call my brother talk about. So you cannot change yourself. You may try to do some. but you cannot completely change yourself. So whatever thing they are doing to make themselves, identify as another gender, it's just, it's just something that the devil is bringing to confuse people more, and and adequately and win more people. But the issue about race, there's only one race, which is the human race. If you cut a white man, the blood that will come out is what? It's red. If you cut a black man, it's the same red blood that coming out. So the issue of race, it's just the lifestyle that that I think that makes a complete different, you know, that makes it, way different. Because if you look at it, if you look at how people live I call it in a Western country, it's not the same way we live, I call it in Africa. You see, yes, the issue of complexion might play in, but hey, that does not make you to be another race. God did not create two races. He just created one race, the human race.
And honestly, to be honest, I'm not cutting you off. I feel like this opened a whole new door for a whole conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't want us to deviate from the topic. So I'm not going to go there, but I would suggest that Miss Fee find another day so we can talk about this. Because I myself, I don't know where I kind of lost track in between from the Adam and Eve to now. Is that, I mean, Adam and Eve was in the garden, so I kind of believe that our creation and stuff started from them. Okay, which one of them was okay? At this point, it really don't matter if one of them was black or one of them was white, because if that was the case, we would have come up being mixed. Right now, in okay, on your, let me see, your bloodline. If one of your, maybe if your grandpa or grandmom, one of them was white, y'all will have some, light skin, bright people among y'all. But if both of them was just what, black, all of you will come out looking black. So I just threw that whole thing out if one of them was white or black. I mean, Adam and Eve now. The only way, you know, we will have Caucasian and maybe both of them was like white. My question here is, which part did the Bible left out? I want to know how the white people came into the picture and what period of time, because I keep reading stuff that said life started from Africa, civilization started from Africa. Even someone, I was just seeing a post. When was it? Yesterday or the day before yesterday? A black guy, a black Australian guy, and they said those are like the first people that were occupying the land in Australia. And even when you go way back, Chinese used to be black. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, life started with black people. What point did the white people join us and where they came from? You know? So that's a conversation I feel like for another day. But if I feel like if we dive in it, we'll totally deviate from the topic for tonight. But I strongly suggest that our sister write down on a paper and pick a very good day so we can talk about it, because like the people here now can join us, they pressure class. Our brother they not want listening anymore. Some of them now they wearing earring. Even though they're not getting pure at the end of the month, they can go work with that. We get problem here with that shit. But I'm not gonna go there tonight. You hear me?
Leroy, Leroy, you.
So
They were wearing content. I'm thinking that they were wearing content for different reasons. I wanna go there.
I'm gonna steer the wheel back on the road so we can get back on track. But let's consider that
Yeah,
conversation.
I'm gonna make a note on that. We will talk about that, but
All right.
let's get your point, and then let's hear from Andrew a little bit. Then we're gonna dive a little bit into the comment section, so we can see what's going on there. Welcome to the show, Long Lost. Where have you been?
Yeah, thank you, Fee, and thank you to every one of you for welcoming here. Back. It was a pro, Jimmy Troublesome. Leroy, thank you for joining. Yeah, I've been, you
Yeah,
know,
Robert says Pro been holding it down.
yeah, he been holding it down. I've been behind the scene for a while,
ACI will not be space calling me
and
with.
and I tend to join tonight to just show my face, not to fully partake, in today because I just want to show us that beginning today and going forward, I'm going to resume my active participation on the show as a co-host. And then, so you, Jimmy, you clapping that fake clapping you're doing there. You know, you are missing me here. You know, but
Jimmy
but, but
hasn't even been on, so don't mind him.
so
Go
so
ahead.
so,
At
but
least
it is
I've
good.
been coming once. I've been coming in and out.
I've been following the show back, from my corner, and then I beautiful topics have been discussed, and I thought to be mute at a moment to not really participate in it. But on tonight's topic, like Leroy suggested, we need to bring it to the laugh line, and so we can make it on a grown topic. So we got to discuss a specific thing into that particular topic, so that others can understand and follow it. But I just want to understand, take something from here on the issue of the identity issue, the issue of gender and race, issue, right? But in my own understanding about race, I think it has to do with the color. That's my own understanding about race. It has to do with the color. And when you talk about the gender, it has to do with whether you man or you a woman. But I come to understand and want to listen, to contribute to what Jimmy is said earlier when it comes to the issue of gender identity, right? Now, you want to
Hey,
change
once
yourself.
and you 1 second, please check your inbox. I want for you to look up something, please.
Okay, what's the
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead, you.
so you check the issue of the gender something, right? It refer to you either a male or you're female. But when we come into gender identity, where someone decide to go, because now in the world they tell you, if you that like a kid go to school and they say, look, you your gender is supposed to be a male or a female, but you are in a masculine form. You are a female, but in a masculine form. So you need to be a masculine instead of a feminine gender. They teach the children in the school, and it is their right, according to them, it is their right to decide what kind of gender they want to be. But like Leroy and Jimmy said, the bloodline, everyone will have the same red blood, unless otherwise proving the genetics will not change. No matter whatever, so I decided to say, look, I want to change my gender from being a masculine fellow gender to a feminine gender. Tell you what. Anyway, they said technology has evolved, so maybe they would make your voice to change, but you will know that I have a masculine voice. You will know that he or she or that lady has a feminine voice. So the gender identity within that particular aspect, you cannot hide it. You will say, no, this person was once this person. You will see the feminine gender in that person, and you will see the masculine gender in that person. It cannot be hidden. No way, no if and end about it. So that my own take on it. You cannot change anything like that. Even though by technology, through the medical sciences and whatever you do, you will you will not change anything. You will only change organs, you will only change other things. But when it comes to the gender identity in terms of your voice, in terms of even your moving, in some of the hormones in your body, even though you change yourself, but it will not change from you being a male. It will not change. That's my own thought on the issue of the gender. Race have to do with the issue of color. We have the Negro, we have the Mongolo, we have the Caucasian, and different kind of race in in the world. But before I land my thoughts on this one, finally, before other people can come in, I got one young guy that's stepping here. Before other people can come in, right?
Mhm.
When the Bible that we all believe in, or the Quran, I think it was silent on the race that God created. God didn't create man. He said they men were white men. Didn't create man. Adam, he said Adam was white, or Adam was black, or Adam was Caucasian, or Mongol. But we as human, when we came into this world through history, we try to think and say, look, I think this person was this, I think this person was this. But when it comes to the issue of racial identity, the Bible that we all believe in as Christians is silent on it. Because nobody historically went in the Bible or say and dug the Bible to say, look, this they said Noah was a black man, but Adam was this one. Adam was this one. Nobody can historically prove it. Even Bible history cannot even tell us. Jimmy is a biblical scholar, I guess. I don't think it's proven in the Bible that this person was white or this person was black. But we as humans, when we grew up with him and we start to read history and we say, okay, Saint Andrew is a black man, we put Andrew in the Negro race. Same the guy is a mulatto, we put in the Mongol race. Send the other man is pure well, we put in the Caucasian race. Send the other man is dark, we say no, he's an Indian race. That's how we came up as human. But the Bible we believe in didn't distinguish anything like say you or white man, you or black man. That's my thought on it. And I will listen to the other panelists to give their own view on it. But again, I'm here to stay and no turning back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on and appreciate your thought on that. Before you go, I just wanted to ask, based on what you just said, right? The topic basically I'm trying to understand. Do you think since the modern society, I'm just gonna put it that way, right, is accepting people to change their gender and saying, should I have the right to be able to say, yeah, I'm not black, I'm white? Like why shouldn't I have that right? Why can't I say that? That's
But,
where I'm going with this
so
today.
if you want to be a black or white, if you're a black man, you want to be a white man, how
Yeah.
possible can that change?
You know,
Look, give all the chemical in the war.
you
Let's say
know,
No, no, no. I don't want
Let
to change anything physically, right?
this.
I just want to be able to say that I am, because when you listen to the media outlet and
it is,
everybody is saying everything, right?
your
When you
right.
listen to them,
It is
all
your
they're
right
saying is this person should be able to do that.
as a
you
Yeah.
dark
know,
thing.
uh, uh,
My skin, I got a brown skin. If I want to be
uh,
Uh-huh.
pure white, how possible can I be? So I'm gonna use all of
Keith,
the bleaching cream in the water to bleach my
No,
skin.
mentally, I feel like I am a white Caucasian woman. I should be able to say that because you look at a man, right? I don't care how many or how much medication and treatment they go through, that voice always cracks at some point, right? That's why you see now they're doing gender reconstruction where they're shaving their Adam's apple to sound more feminine. They're doing all of this now. Before I could say I am a man, and they'll be like psychologically, that's what you identify with, right? So why can't I do
The
that? They're
gene
saying
show
no
that you were still that
ancestor.
black person.
Right, I know that. But they're the people that are pushing this on us now to accept the fact that I identify as a man, right? Felicia, I'm coming to you. You know I was born as a woman, right? I had two children. I go through what women go through and all of that, and I'm taking hormones to be like a man. And I come to you, you're looking at me physically, and you can tell there is no way you're a woman. You're a man, but I'm telling you, I am a man. Why
What
can I come to you? You're looking at me physically. I've bleached myself, and I'm telling you, no, I am a white woman.
when it comes to that, let me go issue of the issue of the color step two, right?
Uh-huh.
The society wouldn't say you are a white person. Clear cut about that. In your mind, you say, "Well, I'm a white person," but society wouldn't. So when society is viewing you on a daily basis as a pure black person, in a much that in your mind you say you're white. but society will not
Right.
you
But
want no.
society don't want to, like Liberian Eminent just said, and that's where I'm actually driving at, right? I know chemicals can't change that. They have to make a law. If they're going to make a law and say, yeah, this is
But
acceptable for
your
me to change my
identity,
gender.
your racial identity will not still hard. Even if they come up with that legislation, like Brother Eminent is saying, they come up with that legislation, they legislate it into law that well, Andrew is today, he can say or declare himself as a white man. Well, in my mind, I'm a white man. But society will not see me as a white man, even though the so-called law says I'm gonna be a white man. But meanwhile, I'm not a white man. So why
I
would I
get
call
that,
myself
right?
white
So
man?
that's the same thing where it's like you're teaching people to be delusional. That's where I'm driving at, right? They're teaching society and making the nation to be delusional. You look at a man that cannot even birth a child and you say, no, you're a woman. You're creating confusion. And this carried me back to there are certain things I came across this week while I was like going through. I just stumbled upon some random stuff this week while I was like on idle time. And I was looking at the whole globe, how it's all set up, where we're all set up, and how things are all kind of like strategically set up. And you're like, wow, this is all a plan. And it's and we're sitting here, we're thinking like everything's okay. No, this is for our benefits, this is for their benefits. No, all these things are set up strategically to confuse us, to set up in a corner, and we the black people do not know the power that we actually have within society where we limit ourselves, we follow whatever the modern or the western world is feeding us.
See.
Right. So let me just put this out there. This could probably be another argument, right? We could have on another day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somebody said I could be a man, right? And then what about someone who strategically feels like in their mind, their identity, they were built to sleep with little children, like an 8-year old and a 9-year old, right? So does the law should the law accept that? We know that it's wrong. But you're allowing a man to go into a restroom with a woman, but you're saying that's okay,
You
right?
know, you-
But
but
in my mind, I feel like I'm Felicia. I'm at this age. My identity, I need to date somebody who's 13 years old. That's how I feel. That's what since it's fluid, that's how I feel. Why not? So
you know,
my problem is Liberian Eminent. Why is society not accepting it, but accepting something else? If we're going to be honest with people and we're gonna say this is okay and this why is it not okay? Why are we not doing that?
look, I tell you this. I tell you this, right? You, you see, it is politicians who life depends on the support of the devil, that are making all these stupid laws that is that is humiliating the human race, not only deteriorating it, but one day they're going to realize that they they made a mistake from the very day they accepted that a man, can marry another man, and a woman can marry another woman. You know
So
this now. Let's say this. What he was saying is that I remember on one talk show. I don't know if it was CNN, but I was listening to one talk show in my car. I was driving, and you know, this guy called. They were discussing the same, race, identity or call it stuff. And this guy called, and from his voice, you could know that he was African American. But when he called, he told them that He's Caucasian. And now all the panelists in the studio went at
They made
him.
a face, right? They made a face.
Yeah, you know, because he was speaking, you know, his his tongue, his accent, everything was African American. But he said he's Caucasian. And they refused to accept that
That's
the
my
guy
problem, right?
that the guy is Caucasian, you know? So like, oh, so if he had considered himself or she, everybody would have accepted him right away.
Right. They respect that.
You see? But you cannot accept a man that say, you know, he's Caucasian, even though his accent, everything speaks something else. You see? That is the confusion and the hypocrisy with the politics of racial identity.
I want
So,
us to kind of like
so
look at Leroy, go ahead, but I want us to look at the comment section a little bit.
Okay.
Because we have limited time. Go ahead, Leroy. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, even though these politicians come up with these laws and stuff like that, but we really cannot blame them. And I feel like we're the stupid ones. Okay, if I come to
Right.
you right now and tell you, say, put your hand in the fire, you have common sense to say, no, that is gonna harm me. But why is it another man going to put something in law to program your head to believe that you're a man, and you feel you be like, oh, I think this makes sense. Yeah,
but
I think I can identify myself as,
let,
and legally I will be called a man, knowing damn well in yourself that biologically it will never be possible. So I feel like we as people, we ought to hold ourselves accountable for accepting these kind of things that does not have any uh logical rationale behind it.
let me
I
just
agree.
want to go quick because I gotta go on my prayer line. So
Okay.
I think you see the thing is race. The reason why is the reason why you will not be accepted fee as a black woman because race is determined by ancestry. It's not choice. It's not you choose. I choose because I'm white. No, it's the
Right.
it is more ancestral. So they have that justification and say, yeah, you can't be black and say you're white because they have to go back to your ancestry. Whereas the reason that when it comes to transgender, because the only thing we have to fight the people with is the Bible. And the people tell you they don't believe in the Bible. What will you do? You can do nothing because they have done so much biological procedure. They have cloned sheep. They clone another animal to look like another. They clone somebody that died. They took their DNA and make that person. So there's so much stuff they have done with science. So they say, yeah, a woman can be a man can be a woman. So they justify it, but they will tell you the race. So I think it's more of what in their ability they can do. So you can. I mean, it's like the only thing we can tell gay people, we will pull out the Bible. Because if you seriously, you pull out the Bible, the man tell you, I can't go to church. The man say, I don't believe it. The man say, I don't believe. Look, I had a lot of them tell them, first of all, I don't believe that somebody died on the cross for my sin. I don't believe this, I don't believe that. They will tell you plain blank. You ain't got nothing else to go. You can't go to biology because then they are smart. They know all those everything. And look, legally, so I was looking at the legal aspect because that's why I didn't want to go too much into the biblical part.
Right.
Legally, it's legally fee. Look, they got the first transgender, I think, lawmaker. She just got elected. They got gay people. They got the people all in government. So as far as that part, they already got it locked down. So they're not even worried about whether or not you got problem with it and you want to throw in, to say you white. They will tell you, young lady, your ancestral root does not tell you. And I mean, what else you got to go on? The only thing you got to go
So
on is
what about my DNA too?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, oh yeah, your DNA. Obviously, when you look at your DNA, they will find out that your DNA is not white. So,
No, I'm talking about like my biological makeup, right?
uh,
It's saying that one, I'm a woman,
uh,
but
oh
then I can come back and change that, right? To
yeah,
become a man.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
what
Because
you
it's
mean by
more.
yeah?
It's more.
So it's so I feel like we're living in such a confused
Yeah, I
generation.
know.
And
Yes,
it's just so
yes,
crazy. Like
it
you're
is.
telling me ancestor rise, right? I
Mhm.
can't identify with another race. But
Yep.
you're telling me biologically I can identify with another gender without actually accomplishing what that gender can do.
Because
Make
they can
it
do
make
the
sense.
yeah, because they can do the transformation fee. It you can transform a racial identity. You cannot do it. That's the possibility is 0.00 to the infinity. But you can
I get
transform.
that, but I'm like, come up with it then. Because what if I'm here suffering in this black skin? I want to be white.
Yeah, I know
We
it.
gotta be fair to everybody, right?
Yeah,
We're
that's a
trying
good
to
point.
make everybody happy, but
Yeah,
you can't create something that I can't identify with. You guys, this is just for the argument. Anybody that's listening or watching, I'm not saying I want to be a white, but I'm just doing it for the argument, right? It's
yeah,
like I just I woke up this morning and I'm just like, oh, I'm a white woman. Why is everything like this? And I want to talk this way. But then
Even your children,
no, you're telling me
even,
no. Why
even your children will start questioning you.
yeah. But fee. I mean, look. Let's look at it from just a little normal point of view. Like, like how many black people want to be white? I mean, look, I don't know.
I
Maybe
know, but there are white people who want to be black.
yeah, they.
They do. I know one. He's in infectious control. He wants to be black.
If you wearing those
God,
BBJs,
I hope he doesn't catch my podcast
wearing BBJs sagging, and yeah, but
and
my
talk
people,
like
there's some
it
good
and
topic.
do the whole thing like a black person.
Yeah,
And it's like, if you're going to do that, you're going to work so hard on that. What about the majority of the people that are thinking about transferring their race?
yeah, I
Who
know.
just feel like being a black is a burden and I really want to be identified by a white person? You know,
Yeah, that's
why
a good
can't you
point, though.
create one for them too? Since we're being fair and making everybody happy.
Yeah, that's a great concern, but yeah, I mean, look, you know what you do, Pastor Mano, we gonna take a case to the Supreme Court so we will be cheering you on. You might be the first person, then or maybe maybe I can be a Mexican, next thing you know,
I
all
want
these
to be there,
Prime
and
Ministers,
I want to come from Denmark. Actually, why can't I? I want my kids to be British. Why? Why can't they be that?
yeah, that's a fair point though, but I don't know.
But I want us to go to the comment section. Liberian Eminence been giving her a lot in there. The first one he said, race identity and profiling different. Um, he said race identity is based on the law in the definition of the protected characteristics of race as follow. Race include color, nationality, ethnic, and national origin. We know that. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, you know. Um Racial profiling. What does he say again? I'm trying to look at what he said. Let me go down. I
Racial
think
profiling is different from race.
right. Where it's like you're going somewhere and someone actually,
Yeah.
we're not gonna jump into that. That's something else. He says something, my man, you are mixing morality here. Every law defines race and those laws of the foundation for progress and on which we exist. I'm not sure who was speaking and he said that. Why do you, I think this was
It was when
Jimmy or
Jimmy
somebody.
was speaking. Yes, when Jimmy was speaking.
Yeah, I think when you said he said, why do you think black can born mulatto kids come up? I think because down the bloodline, right? When somebody in your bloodline had that,
Uh,
uh,
uh, let I may go back to biology class and read about And we about the dominant genes, and and
Right,
the ones
right,
that
right. And the recessive, right?
yeah.
Oh, that was such a long time ago. I don't remember all that stuff. Sex determination in mammals is binary. Oh Lord, here we go again. Every karyotype. Oh, he's bringing you back, um, Jimmy. Every karyotype in humans results in a male or female. Genetic errors such as the unique distribution of chromosomes, non, oh Lord, it's hard to read this thing. I'm far away. Non-disjunction do not create new sexes. However, this unequal distribution can ensure male exists as female or vice versa. I don't know where I'm really confused. Where are you going with this?
That man going on the internet and reading some of the things that people.
Yeah, now the same thing. The man starting
Uh,
back
uh, uh,
what I
uh,
mentioned earlier about the DNA, but also considering the X link and the Y, the chromosome he talked about. So I think that's what he's trying to indicate.
Oh. But we know when there's a breakup in a chromosome, that's how people come up being born with some type of genetic,
Yeah.
like conditions, right? You
Hmm.
guys, I don't remember my signs. That's a long time ago.
I
But
mean, when it comes to the issue of the chromosome, the gene, genetic things, I don't want to,
right,
because that been a
like
long time. I can't remember some of those things because it's my feet of study right now. So, but
I know,
basically,
I know when one of
this,
the chromosomes mixed up,
yeah,
where people are born with like
with different
what's the sickle
with
cells,
different
right?
genetic
Where
with
23
genetic
is
mix.
missing, if I remember correctly. But hey, you guys, I don't remember that stuff.
Where they come up with different kind of genotypes and prototypes, what they call them, so
Right,
sort of stuff. But
right.
yeah, the thing here is like
Where someone got blue eyes, brown eye, hazel, all that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so the thing here is somebody once it's down the line, in your ancestral, right? Once it is down
Mhm.
the line and some of your family member has that particular gene, and that gene may run through you, some of your child can come out tomorrow. And I tell you what, there was a lady who the guy is dark, the lady is dark, but they had a child who was fair,
Yeah.
fair. The child screamed, fair.
Wow.
And I know, right? And they had to do the DNA. The guy still wasn't certified. They ran
I'm
that DNA.
telling you, I was about to say the African man, he want a
Yeah,
DNA,
he went to ran that DNA 3 times.
and it says
Yeah,
199.9% that's your
yes,
child,
he
right?
ran it 3 times, and everything came accurate. And they gave a history that well, and when they did the ancestral trace, they found out that someone from his background was had a fair skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these things happen. But my point here is we and people may think to be different, right? They would think differently, they behave differently. But when it comes to the issue of like for me, I will say, when it comes to the issue of the gender identity or racial identity, whatever the case may be. Look, Eminem is saying that that law will come and come. It will be a Christian law, it come there. But you yourself as an individual, you will say, "Oh, I'm a black man in my own spirit, right? But I claim to be a white man." Society will see you as a black man.
Oh.
There's no if and end about it. Even the law, if the law tells you you are a white man, you celebrating, "Oh, I'm a white man, I'm a Caucasian now." But society, the people that see you did it, will know that hey, you are a black man. On the flip side of the other side too, on the issue of the issue
Right.
of the
I think
gender.
he said something else. He said, I know like legislatures have to make these laws, But I'm just sitting and thinking here, if they're coming up with these laws about genders and all of that, right? Why nobody have ever sat and said, well, what if there were some group of people, which we know the famous one that passed away, Michael Jackson, he did everything he possibly could. He was still considered a black man. Even if you have a white person and a black person have a child together, that child is automatically deemed black. Why? It's recently they start putting on the racial thing that identified by two race and all that just to clear the air. Like why? Why can't somebody choose a white? Because they were born by a black man and and a white woman, or a white man and a black woman. Why can't that child choose? No, I want to be identified as white.
Quick question, Fifi. Sorry.
Yeah.
I hope this question don't sound stupid to some of you, but I really don't know. Um, that Michael Jackson, yeah, is real biological
He had an implant.
influence.
Say that again. What was your question? You said Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Somebody background is really interfering. I think me, it's me, it's me. Oh, you
yeah.
got woman in the house now, my man.
Go ahead, Leroy. Leroy, go ahead. We ain't coming
Yes,
in this. I think that people
yes,
next.
yes,
Michael
me,
Jackson
yes.
child by the name Blanket. I don't know if it's that little girl, the one that was crying on his funeral. Blanket. That's her
I
name.
think she was I think most of his kids, I don't know this for a fact, but from what I've heard, I think most of his children was adopted. Um
Yeah.
I don't think they were biologically his children.
But you know where I'm going with the question, right?
Right, 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 right.
Because even though our brother faced the nose and changed the color and everything, but science cannot lie. Even he went ahead and did that thing where they cook up the sperm, whatever, with a white woman. Biologically,
That's
the
a
child
lot to go through.
be mixed. The child supposed to be mixed.
Nice. Yeah.
Even
But
though,
but that child is identified as white, right?
but the child is actually white. The child is not mixed.
Yeah.
That's why I asked that question. So, did science prove us wrong, or the women prove science wrong? Because Blanca is damn white, like she came
God is God.
from Iceland, so she doesn't look mixed. She doesn't look like Usher Raymond. She doesn't look like Chris Brown. She is actually Caucasian, and we know damn well that true black boy that claimed to be white is damn black. So how
Right.
he got a child living on this earth called Blanket that is actually white as snow bunny.
Everything is calculated. So I'm gonna get off topic a little bit, right? Um, so I had a discussion with some of my colleagues, right? We were looking at how the whole world got split and everything, where each countries are. When you get the chance, just look at the globe and look at where every country is set up, and look at how Africa is set so small, but Africa is the second largest continent, right? And then look at how Asia is set. Everything is set strategically, right? And then come back and look at Antarctica, right? Who owns it? All the world owns it. So just go back and just look at your history and just look at it. Everything is set strategically. Everything is happening strategically. So like you really I know Eminem said, oh, like when people in the Bible business. No, we always go back to the roots because that's what set us here, right? So when you go back, I feel like a lot of people now in this generation should actually preach from Revelation, right? Because when you look into Revelation, it really kind of like brings you closer and it tells you everything that's happening right now. And when you look at what's happening, everything is strategized. It's following all those lines.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to what he says about hermaphrodized. I haven't heard about that in a long time. I don't think a lot of children are being born like that. It looks like science have actually figured out how to handle that, even though it is happening. But I feel like it's not happening as often as it used to. I know when we were growing up, the famous what's her name? Oh shoot, what's the lady name? The lady that likes to dance. I heard, I don't know if that's true, that she was born as a hermaphrodite, and she had to choose one of the gender. So I'm just thinking, like, when that happened, how does that work? Do they pick the dominant traits?
They said Ciara was born like that. Oh, Ciara.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. That's what I heard. Sierra was born with as a hermaphrodite. So I'm just thinking, like, but she born, so that means she was truly a woman.
She was born like that, and she go settle with man. She's stupid. For her to just keep on the two organ and be killing her own self, you kill your own self. You cannot break your own heart before your own self.
Leroy, I can't with you.
I will not go and look at the thing and say, "Oh, y'all call it. I won't go sleep or bed." No, no, no,
That's
no.
because and I'm glad she chose the right one. Um,
You see, even picking the bar wire or that other rapper, they all break their leg and her. She should have just stuck. Rather, God gave me the two ugly shit. And then-
Leroy, I'll pray for you tomorrow.
but anyway, I'll just rest my case. On some serious
Professor,
note,
please. La Gran Eminence
Uh,
Antarctica is owned by the whole world because of the scientific resource. Yes, but there are other reasons behind it. The super pact is into it. Research more. You'll find that.
I'm trying to craft a topic for tomorrow, and we'll put it in the chat room so we can look at it tomorrow.
I will blame God for not giving all of us two organs because it would have cut the rate down for diseases, especially STDs
How you know?
and
Maybe something would
heartbreaks.
have come up. Someone would say, what kind of work? Maybe your two part and my two part put it together and see how that works.
Right. But yeah, and then there will be nothing a child support. All kind of things that were going to be cut out. But I blame God. You
No,
know?
God said he looked at you and said it was not right for a man to be alone. That was the best thing he ever did for mankind.
Shit. Look at the mess that's going
But,
on right now. God
but
knowing everything and seeing the future should have, avoided all these things.
I'm telling you, all joke aside, honestly, I just feel like this week when I listen to that and I'm just looking, I'm just like, why is the world deceiving so many people? Why are so many people so blind and are not paying attention to the writing on the wall? Like it's right there. Like you really feel that confused that you can't really distinguish the right from the wrong. Like ideally, how does that sound? Oh, I'm a man, but I'm pregnant. No, you are a woman. You're pregnant because you have women organs. You're not pregnant because you're a man. You're nothing, in my opinion. And you guys, this is my opinion on this platform. Like it or not, I don't think anybody can ever change your gender completely. Because let me tell you, um people spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and come to do these surgeries, and they come out and you look at them, you're like, wow, are you fulfilled? It's something deeper. It's a spiritual thing, and instead of people working on that spirituality, like even if I was to wake up and say I'm a white woman, that's spiritual, and that's where I'm trying to drive with this. It's not about how I feel or whatsoever. Is mentally, genetically, there's something happening to all of us, and you have to be prayerful. You have to stay on your toes to identify whatever is going on, because you don't know the food you're eating. Everything is changing. There's a lot of chemical mix up that I feel like, in my opinion, is messing everybody else. We're living in a world where everybody is all about instant gratification and nobody is really looking at reality. So I can understand that. And yeah, I get it. Lawmakers have to make it for it to happen. But lawmakers need to start thinking. And we, the people who's voting these things, we really need to pay attention. That's all I'm going to say. You guys ready to close?
All I know is just know that before a lawmaker come on and suggest a law is something that will benefit them. There's
Right,
one there's one lawmaker that was probably taking it in the order, and then decide that I can't just be doing it in secretly. I have to just suggest it, let's vote it into law. And then the massive people, because they put their faith, their belief, everything into the law, into the government, that they're agreeing and ready to be misled by the government. Right now, if I bring up any health theory, the next thing you're gonna ask me is, where's the reference? You
right, right.
you're going to go probably on the CDC .gov website to go look it up. And if it's not there, that means it's not legit. You see, that's the first mistake we start making. If you start believing so much in somebody and anything they say is true, whether it's really not true, whether you're seeing the writing on the wall, but because it comes from the CDC is legit. And that's how a lot of people die from COVID. You know,
I
all
will
the
tell you, Leroy, I was part of the team when I worked for the CDC at that time. I was part of the team that was giving those data that you guys were seeing on CNN them. I will tell you, some of those data was not accurate. I
of
hate to say
course.
that, but it wasn't.
I
It
know.
was not, you know, just saying.
I know, Mama. I know it wasn't accurate. But then again, you cannot argue with people. And then
Yeah.
let me tell you one thing. The idea that wearing an N95 mask, especially for those of us who
Again,
work
right?
in the hospital, wearing an N95 mask was to help decrease COVID. That was nonsense. You
Yeah.
know? And if you look at the pathophysiology, oh God, okay, yeah, sorry to go outside. Yeah, I'm sorry, my own children there. But
Nah, I'm on
anyway,
it and I push the inside.
that's from Mama. If you look at the patho or the disease process, you will understand that a lot of people was ending up with respiratory diseases. Um, because let's say if you come in the hospital hyperventilating, one of the way that they can calm you down and restore your breathing and balance it is giving you a non-rebreather max. Okay,
Right.
okay. They put that into your nose and you're gonna breathe. They put maybe the oxygen on 5 liters, and they're gonna tell you to keep, calming down. Only you yourself can calm yourself down.
Right.
Let
They
me tell
can't. They're
you,
not giving you anything to calm you down. You have
right?
to be able to put it in your mental self to
That's
get
it.
yourself together. Right.
Yes. So basically, when you're breathing too fast, you are exhaling a lot of CO2. So now they put that non-rebreather mask to your nose, so it will collect it and back, and you'll be able to breathe it back in. So by that, you will be able to balance it out instead of getting into respiratory alkalosis. Anyways, if you put that mask to your nose for good 12 hours, just know that's exactly what you are doing. You're collecting the CO2 that you're supposed to get rid of, you're collecting it back into your bloodstream, right? Over time, you're going to see those acids will start building up. But they're
Yeah.
not going to tell you that. But it's common sense, and doctors know this. But guess what? They are all practicing what the guideline of the CDC, the great
CDC. Yeah.
the CDC said that, hey, you cannot tell a doctor that wearing masks for 12 hours is wrong. The man gonna tell you say you're lying. But you and me
Right.
both know you cannot do it, because if you understand the disease process, you will know that shenanigans the people on. But hey, money talk, BS work, right?
Right.
So
And
yeah,
the crazy thing is, right, what I never understood, they were talking about like hand sanitizer and all of that stuff, soap and all that. The only way for you to really kill anything is to wash your hands with soap and water, right?
That
But
is
we
serious.
were using all of that, and it's like, are you looking at the kill time of these chemicals? How long is it supposed to sit for it to happen? And it was just all mental, but I'm not even gonna go into that because hey, um yeah,
I know.
we have to put food on the table.
And the minute the place I lost focus, or shouldn't say lost focus, I lost trust in the CDC when you
Mhm.
have men like Bill Gates coming and kept giving medical updates. I'm like, this guy is not a doctor.
Yeah,
Why am I listening to him about important updates on the CDC? And Dr. Fauci, I just look at, I can see the lies through his eyes. I'm
trust
like,
me. There was
America
a
is
lot that was happening during COVID. A lot. I
right.
wasn't in. I was like, because I was part of the research team, but from home and data, I mean, the system broke.
Hmm.
And when I talk, I can't really say much of how we got collected those data, but I will tell you it was flawed.
Of course. Hmm. And somebody,
Don't want to mess up their reputation, but hey,
yeah, but yeah, man, those are all topic for another day. But the reason
yeah,
for this whole CDC thing of don't believe everything the government throw at you. And that's how
mhm,
all of us today, most of us are going down the wrong path.
yeah,
Just because the government tell you that, hey, you can be called a woman or a man if you really want, and you know that it doesn't make sense. You say, oh, the government say it's legal. So guess what? My name is Felicia, you
yeah.
know? And then Felicia said, guess what? My name is Leo. What the hell? And we all know this shit
Go
don't
to
even
like, bro, what's up, man? My name is Leo. How you doing?
go battle library and go try that shit around your old man. They
I
slap will
don't
bring
know what
back
up, bro. It's my nose.
your But yeah, man, it was really, really nice hanging out with you. Tonight was fun.
Thank you so much, Leroy. I appreciate
Yeah,
you coming on. Tomorrow topic, actually, it looks like people have suggestion. I want you guys to send it over. I was thinking about talking about, I know I came across some other video and, there was this couple really talking about how do you prioritize your relationship and who should be prioritized in that relationship. Should it be the children or like the spouses and things like that? I was thinking about that, but if you guys have topic, we can put that topic on hold and maybe we can talk about it next week. But next week I will not be in front of this background. I'll probably be somewhere else. My family and I are taking a little mini trip somewhere,
nice.
and I'll probably be having this a little. I'll be on live, but probably directly from Facebook.
Hmm.
Um, and then the New Year's, I will definitely be here. We will have
Yeah,
a regular show. Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking
next
that
year, mhm,
tomorrow is Sunday.
yeah.
We should have something religious, Bible related. You know,
Okay, send me
like
some topic.
for example, why do
Mhm.
people worship on Sunday instead of Saturday?
Okay.
Because we know the calendar of the month or the weekly calendar. Sunday is
Mhm.
the first day off. And I am Baptist, by the way. I'm not SDA. But I'm going according to what the same very Bible or read says that Sunday is the first day of the week. It's not the seventh day. The same Bible
Right.
tell us to keep
Rest on the 7th,
7 days
right?
right as the Sabbath and keep it holy. So why are we worshiping on Sunday and not Saturday? These are legit questions that we need to be asking. Churches don't talk about these things. Everybody wants a miracle. You know, when you find a church where every day they're prophesizing, oh, by next week you're gonna get a visa, you're gonna travel. And I pray everybody go. You
I
know,
never understood that. Rather, people telling you they're still there.
yeah, but I am. But I really want to know, especially the rest of my life on this earth, if I'm going to be a Christian, why am
Right.
I worshiping on Sunday instead of Saturday? I want to know. And moreover, that question I asked earlier, I need to
Mhm.
know why is it if creation started with we and the Oyibo people then? How come we're not mixed? Why we
Right.
have black and we have white? Some
Well, I will tell you, like when you look at, that's why I said when you look at the globe, right?
mm,
How things are strategically divided, that's not how it's supposed to be. Right now, when we look at the Philippines, right? You see them, they have fairer skin, right?
mhm,
But when you look at the indigenous Philippines, like people from the Philippines, they're
mhm.
actually black.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when you look deep into their roots, they're black people. When you look at the Spanish, people from that region, they're black. And then when you think about, when you look at the globe, right?
Mhm,
And you look at the people, the Arabs, and you look at Asia.
mhm,
Look at those people. Just look at that globe, like zoomed in, and just look strategically how it's set and
mhm.
compare it to Africa, how close they are. Why? Why is it separated?
No, I also heard that Africa was very close to the United States.
It
Way
is.
back. But then again, Fee, we're talking the same thing. It ties back that life actually started with black people.
It did.
So what do
We
you
were all black at one point. What happened? Are the whites from the Antarctica?
where where place they coming from? And you notice how when they come somewhere they like to take over, they can
But
just
I don't
pull
blame
them
them,
out.
right? We let them to take over. It's the black man issue. We give them the power, honestly.
The people that came to America, they say they boy Christopher Columbus discovered it. And he
Now,
people that were
if
already
you really look deep and dig deep, the American Indians did,
but
which were black
I
people.
I heard that yeah, black people were even here before the native Indian.
That's what the Native Americans, they have so many rights in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have a lot of freedom of a lot of things that they can do that you and I can do. When you look at them, they look black, but they have different hair texture.
Right.
It's a lot. It's a lot. When you really like dig deep, you will really gain a lot of history for a lot of things.
Bro. And small they enter in Africa. I
How
give you
you much
200.
about that, BB? Africa
Yo,
don't want to take control.
100 or 200 years from now, they will say George Bush discovered Liberia. Shit.
I'm gonna be there. If you're not,
No, James Monroe. Come on, they're gonna say James Monroe, right?
Yeah, or Joseph Junior Rabbi, that boy
Because
from Virginia.
they named that country in Monrovia after James Monroe.
That's correct.
So
Yeah,
hey,
you will. They'll say that he discovered you.
he discovered Freetown and Sierra and Liberia. They name it. They were the real people. Very soon, the Black American gonna go to Liberia and take their land.
Yeah. Hmm. Things that happen. Yeah.
Oh Lord, it's a conspiracy theory, you guys.
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
Yeah, it
anyway,
was a really nice show. I hope to see you guys on here tomorrow.
tomorrow I
Uh,
will.
yeah, think about it. Tell your laws maker, why can't I change my race? I need to change it. I get it. You can't change my ancestor tree, but I need you to make a law that can change it.
Right. So before I leave, what time tomorrow, Mama?
Tomorrow we come here at 8:30.
8:30 p.m. Okay. All right.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much, Leroy.
All right.
Enjoyed having a conversation with you. Thank
Thank
you, guys. Thank you, Liberian Eminent. Thank you to all everybody that showed up tonight. Jamie, Andrew, Liberian Eminence, Leroy. We have River Says Pro. You guys been holding it down. Really appreciate the conversation. You guys, I'm a free thinker and I always think about a lot of things and I'm just like, why? But if we're going to be fair, we're going to give everybody their freedom. Everybody should have their freedom. What if I woke up one day, I think I'm purple? Why can't I be purple? Why? You're like, no, you're black. No, I am purple. What if I want to marry a cheer? We've seen another thing on the internet, right? Why can't I do what I want to? If we're going to say, if that's how they feel, respect it. If that's how you feel, I'm going to respect it. I need you to respect how I feel as well. Thank you for watching. We'll be here again. Again, let's talk with Ms. P. Tonight's topic was great. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you share, invite a friend, tell them we're here every day, every weekend at 8:30 p.m. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Happy Saturday.